Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Mr. Olson, and today we are going to do a quick review of the data test. When you took it, you weren't quite proficient, so I'm going to give you a few tips that you can look back through in order to help you get the three that you need for the rubric. So, the specific standard we were working with analyze how an author's ideas or claims are developed and refined by particular sentences, paragraphs, or larger portions of text. For this one, we're going to look specifically how it's refined by particular sentences, and in this case, quotes. All right. So, looking first at the pre-test. All right. So we had the one of the central ideas of the article is studies produced inconclusive responses to the question of social media's effect on teens. So you remember you read the article about social media's effects. There were some positives, there's some negatives, and so in your response, you needed to show how it was inconclusive. All right. So first, you needed a negative quote. So one of the bad things about it, so it's linked to anxiety, depression, and decreased relationship skills. All right. One of the positive things, um, some are able to build friendships through interactions with who they have on the internet. All right. So the overall kind of formula, if you will, to writing it would look like this. You can use the central idea that we gave you, um, introduce the quote and use the quote on how it's negative and explain, and how it's positive and explain. Yeah. And that would look something like this. So, one of the central ideas of the article is that studies have produced inconclusive responses to the question of social media's effects on teens. One example of the inconclusive response is it's been linked to increased anxiety, depression, and decreased relationship skills. This quote shows one of the negative aspects of social media. If a teen gets too involved in a certain aspect, it can cause serious health problems. Another example of the inconclusive response is some teens are able to build friendships and relationships through the interaction they have with others on the internet. Not every teen is good at making friends, so being able to make them online can be very helpful. In this case, it would show positive results because it is causing the person to become more involved and less isolated. So, um, for that claim, it was inconclusive, so we had to show both a negative and a positive aspect of it. But the key is that we used quotes from the article and then explained how that proved it. All right. So going to the post test, all right, the Mulan article, the central idea from this article is some of the film stars in Mulan do not support protests in Hong Kong. So as you're reading through, go back through, find a couple quotes that prove that. All right. Once you find those quotes, go through and do kind of the formula that I had on this screen where you have the central idea, put the quote in there, explain how that quote proves the central idea, and then same thing with the second one. All right. If you get stuck, obviously you can ask whoever your English teacher is. So me, Mr. Lesnowitz, or Mrs. Townsley for help. I hope you all have a great day.